In the opening scene of the movie, you are watching Arthur Fleck apply clown makeup. Now, this is a very interesting and powerful moment in the film, one you might even miss if you're not paying attention. Although it gives you the impression that this is most likely Arthur's job, because it's not hard to notice the other people in the room who are getting ready in a similar fashion. But I think there are many layers to this, one of which is a terrible sadness that Arthur is struggling with, and that ultimately the director of this film, Todd Phillips, is providing, which is a very slow, methodical crawl towards an absolute nightmare. I believe that this sets the mood for the entire film, in which Arthur feels that he needs to put a smile on for the world to see, but on the inside, he is almost dead. It is a very powerful metaphor that reminds us that society itself is a stage, and that everyone wears a mask they want the world to see. The world in which Arthur lives is very dark, grim, and unforgiving. These elements also amplify the fact that he suffers from a condition that causes him to have violent fits of uncontrollable laughter. One can only imagine the feelings of isolation and desperation as you witness instances of Arthur's outbursts as the movie unfolds. Psychosis is defined as a severe mental disorder in which thoughts and emotions are so impaired the contact is lost with external reality. It is quite apparent that Arthur is at the beginning stages with this, and as the film progresses, the line between what is real and what is imagination is skewed so much, he willingly begins to embrace his delusions while creating a reality he wants, and not one that will be dealt to him. Arthur, who lives with his mother, seems to have a normal, loving relationship with her at first glance. But during the course of the film, certain events ignite and accelerate his downward spiral that had to do with secrets that Mother was hiding. Their dynamics play an important role in the film and have absolutely everything to do with the metamorphosis that transitions Arthur Fleck into the Joker.
You know what's funny? You know what really makes me laugh? I used to think that my life was a tragedy. But now I realize it's a fucking comedy. You don't listen, do you? I don't think you ever really hear me. You just ask the same questions every week. How's your job? Are you having any negative thoughts? All I have are negative thoughts. But you don't listen anyway. I said, for my whole life, I didn't know if I even really existed. But I do. And people are starting to notice.
What's your name?
Hi, Murray. Arthur?
Arthur.
My name's Arthur.
Oh, okay. Well, there's something special about you, Arthur, I can tell. Where you from?
I live right here in the city with my mother.
Okay, hold on. There's nothing funny about that. I lived with my mother before I made it. Just me and her. I'm that kid whose father went out for a pack of cigarettes, and he never came back.
I know what that's like, Murray. I've been the man in the house for as long as I can remember. I take good care of my mother.
All that sacrifice, she must love you very much.
She does. She always tells me to smile and put on a happy face. She says I was put here to spread joy and laughter. Is it just me? Or is it getting crazier out there?
Once again, we arrive at Arthur in front of a mirror. At this point in the movie, I believe that he wants the paint and he wants the mask he's wearing to be forever. He's chosen to show the world this face because the world has chosen to reject him. He sees the finality of himself in his reflection, the laughter, the facade, and the makeup. He is dancing his last dance as Arthur. I'll leave you with this. Imagine yourself standing in front of a mirror confused about what you see. Why do we change so much about ourselves, and who are we trying to please? Imagine for a moment if people saw you from the inside out. There would be zero fear and most likely zero doubt. How happy would you be if you could be yourself? Sadly, most people do not want this. Most people choose to be someone else. I always thought that you were who you wanted to be, but most of us are what they want people to see. I always thought that a mirror was supposed to help you see things clearer, but what they really do is skew our points of view. Now, close your eyes and imagine yourself standing in front of a mirror. What do you see? Do you see yourself? Or do you see a person that you'd rather be?